I'm Christy.
I'm Jason.
I'm Aubriella. And this is...
And we are
I Wanna Camp With You.
Okay, so we have taken out all the screws. We're going to take off the tread. I guess, can we briefly explain what's going to happen here?
The idea is to make a shoe storage.
Well, I know. So this front piece is going to be a shorter box for mainly the girls' shoes because there's like a ledge there that only goes halfway.
Use my foot to point. See, there's a ledge I'm standing on here to the floor level. I'm on there, and then past here is
It drops down.
Drops down to the basement floor level. So I showed you a step outside. I had to put a filler plate in here so that we have one even surface inside this box. And then we have some hoses, propane hoses at the bottom down there that I'm gonna have to build the floor up. 2 of these 2x2s, I think these are, high for a floor in the bottom of this back cabinet. It's gonna be rather deep. And it'll hold tall boots or something like that. And I know there's some discussion. I looked up the return step plate here on the front about this furnace. And you do what you feel is safe and good and everything. I believe that we'll be fine with the return. If it was an actual return, I would have seen evidence of some dust being pulled through this vent from in here just as you're returning your AC, and there's not any evidence of airflow here, so I'm going to say that this furnace is getting plenty of air from around it because it's open to the full underbelly. And, so we're going to do away with that too. This vent's gone.
What I was talking about with the step not being able to come up, this right here, you see it sticks out, and this down here, the bottom part of it. So in order to fold the steps up to get to that storage in there, we had to buy the new stair tread because cutting the particle board, or what is that what it is?
These treads are
it just
pretty.
Wasn't,
They're not quality.
Yeah, so it just wasn't gonna work. But anyways, all right, we'll get to work. Hopefully this works, because if not, we're not gonna have any stairs.
We gotta set them up. We'll be okay. Okay, so I had planned on putting like a little floor in the bottom of my second box, which is my second step up here. And I knew I was going to take some of the structure apart and double up these 2x2s and get those hoses, protected. It'll also get some airspace for the return we spoke about before. And this is going to be the floor of the second box. It'll sit in here like this. These 2x2s, when I took this apart, have to be there to support weight. We took this apart, and this isn't carried by anything. This whole step is just free floating. It just had some staples across here, and there's one little 2x2 structure carried all the weight. So I had to stop videoing and figure out what I was going to do. I decided that the way I planned on resting my boards here to carry the weight of my own steps, now I'm going to put a whole line of screws through here into my board so that my board will now carry the weight of us stepping on it.
That might be why it creaks so bad.
Yeah, I think it'll be equivalent to what we had before. We're not really gaining much support. I don't feel the need to sit here. I don't have a lot of tools and overthink it. So this is what we're going with. Everything's going to rest on these 2x2s weight-wise, and we'll carry it on up into here and shore it up and make it tight. But next step, we'll start putting our boxes in place and see the steps hopefully come back to life. So as you saw, we had some leftover material from our shelf project. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. It's on the channel. Anyway, we had these papers that she showed you before, where I had 2 pieces of material and I laid out what we're going to do with our steps, and figured out I had enough material left over to piece together what we think will work for some storage bin steps leading up to the master bedroom. Didn't get any video of me cutting it. I like to just work and be left alone. So where we're at now is those 2 boards are now all in pieces, and just cut straight down the lines. Picked what I wanted to have on the inside of my box, or back side of my box and the inside of my box. Figured out how I was going to assemble it. Used my Craig jig and pre-drilled a bunch of holes. You can actually kind of see this is our, this will be the lower step, like this. And it has this back brace in it. We'll show you in the video. But the steps we have now are hiding a ledge. So this will complete the ledge inside and make it even.
Hold on.
Even
He's got to
spot.
answer that.
Okay, are we back?
Yes, we're
All
back.
right, sorry about that. Anyway, I had to put this brace in here. It's not really a brace. It's going to be the inside where the shoes sit. And this represents the ledge that our current steps are hiding. So you'll see further in the video why that's that way. But I went ahead and screwed this together. I don't think it'll slide in place, but maybe it will. If not, at least it's all pre-drilled, and everything can be hand tightened if I needed to. I guess the next step we'll see would be the installation steps.
Yeah, we're going to install it obviously before we put any color on it, just to make sure everything fits.
Yeah, I'm going to mock everything up
Yep.
completely before I stain or paint or do anything else. We actually have to replace the stair treads.
Yeah,
I picked those up today. I went with the heavier oak. They were just nicer than the pine. The grain will look nicer once it's stained.
the tread we had just wasn't going to work with us wanting to fold it up with the electrical panel being right there. It stuck out, so it just wasn't going to work.
With all these pieces we've cut, I've had to figure out, what I want to go where, and I didn't have enough large material to create the panels I needed for my largest box, which is the upper step. So I actually scabbed together some boards and figured out how to hide them. And hopefully, that's the inside of the box. You won't see any of this at all.
And dirty shoes are going in there, so it is what it is.
But it's good use of material. We didn't spend any extra money other than the stair treads.
Yeah, we try not to waste material, especially when it's not going to be
Saves
seen.
a lot, considering the cost of the shelves was,
Yeah.
I thought, rather high. But if we can get the steps out of it as well, and I think I've only got under $60 in the 2 treads. I mean, both projects will wind up being under $200, right?
Yeah, because I think it was right around 100 for the
That's not too
other.
bad.
Yeah, so that's not too bad. But anyways, we'll get back to work and we will show the mock of the stairs inside before we finalize everything and then put it together.
Hopefully it works, because we're about to tear them apart with no plan. So we're about to do the mock-up dry fit phase, and I just had to dismount the lower step to get it in here for clearances, and trimmed the front board because there was a spacer in here behind this carpet. I don't know what it is. It caused my board to be way too tight. So we're gonna start screwing this together in one piece at a time. Okay, so where we left off last time, I believe we had our boxes built and steps in place, and I believe we showed you the old stair treads on there. So I've done a little bit of work this morning, but we backed up to kind of start over here. So these old stair treads are going to come up and out of our way, and we can't reuse them. Like we said, the particle board wouldn't allow us to cut it to fit, so I bought the oak stair treads, I think we showed also, right?
I don't think we showed that part.
I don't have any real woodworking tools left since we sold the house. So a member of our church was gracious enough with his radial arm saw to cut my pieces for me. And so what we have is these oak stair treads we bought, trimmed down into what we need to use. These boxes, since then I've had to put a ledge back here, which I knew I was going to rest this step on. The intent is to put hinges on here, obviously, and we haven't really practiced that yet. Hopefully my plan will work out.
One step at a time.
Yeah. We're dealing with an uneven surface over here, so I had to do a little notch. It's hidden by the carpet, but this is a 3-inch piece. It allows us to clear, like we had showed you before, everything that's there. And you know, these camper trailers are so squarely built. We figured out we're gonna have to caulk the edge when we're done, but I think it's gonna look nice. Same thing here.
We also did figure out throughout the process that we are not going to be taking everything out to stain, paint, whatever we're doing with it, because
It was difficult.
yeah, it needed to be done in place. So we're going to stain it and paint it in place.
I had scratched my wall just a little bit. And I don't want to do any more than that. So for the purpose of shoes, we'll just paint these front stair risers.
We're
And the
thinking
treads
gray.
will stain and all before. But there's the idea is I found some hinges on Amazon I'm gonna try that say they'll work to allow us to do this with this lid here.
So then we'll be able to put our shoes in there and be extra storage that is much needed.
These pieces will be permanently installed.
Yeah.
That was some of the pre-drilled holes I had put in previously. You can go to the other side.
Sorry.
We showed you all the boards, the jigsaw puzzle I created out of my leftover lumber, and I have pre-drilled holes here to hopefully just attach this tread.
Excuse me, Cecilia.
See,
Thank
it's
you.
morning for us on July 4th, so everybody's a little late start and excited this morning. But I think I messed up. I'll have to figure out what I can do with it. I really should have put some holes here and here as well to attach this with. So I don't know if I'll just put a bracket in here and attach it
You're fired.
so it won't fold up. I need to attach it here, but I'll address that. Yeah, everyone gets the gist of it.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna look
Anyways,
nice.
yeah.
I've got a little bit of sanding to do. Once it's in place, this should have a little less than an 1/8 gap. I know it'll catch some stuff, but that'll be about the finished spacing on there. That'll raise. I believe I'm going to put a cabinet catch here, so if you come along your toe drags, it won't flop so easily. So we will see. See, this board has a bit of a bow in it. I'm hoping that a few screws and some time sitting here will straighten out.
I think it will.
We don't want a creaky step. We just got rid of the creaky step.
Right, we did. But so that's it for now. Once we get everything fully in place, stained, painted, we will show you the finished product.
Okay, so we're in the middle of dry fitting and it's starting to come along. I'm struggling a little bit, but tight spaces always make a interesting job. But as of right now, I think it's going to turn out nice. I'm trying to get the hinges where I want them. Looks like they'll work pretty good.
Those were not the original hinges. They weren't going to work because of the clearance off of the, I guess, the face of the step, right? Is that what?
Yeah, I just don't have,
there's a
I don't
few
have the
reasons.
tools. I know there's a hinge that works, but we don't have the woodworking shop to.
So we went with those
joiner.
because that top step, the tread is actually going to be the dark color so that they're going to blend in and you really won't even see them. Okay. And then we painted the front of the steps gray because like the walls and the floor and all that kind of have different grays in them. So we thought that would look good with the dark. But when we're done dry fitting, we'll get them stained, we'll get them installed, and then we'll show you the finished product, right?
Yep. Okay. Is our final product that we got?
Let's see. So the color matches pretty much like perfectly, like dead on with all the wood in here.
Yeah,
like
it's
you
hard
can
to
see
tell.
right there.
Um,
But we got hinges along the back, and we've throwing some shoes in here. Girls' shoes down there.
Right,
just a few pair of boots in there because we really don't know what we're going to do yet. But gave us lots of room, extra storage, and a space that wasn't used before.
So yeah, I don't think this is a how to do anything. It's just a share an idea we had. I ran into issues. Obviously didn't get to use the hinge I wanted to use, not having a shop to do the work in. Also the finish is good. It came out nice. So the sheen is wrong. It's a little shinier than I like it to be, but beggars can't be choosers. You know, we could only pick from the colors that are available at the store. We mixed our own stain to match. That was just a guesswork, and it was awesome that it matched so well. And anyway, I think it turned out pretty good considering not having a shop to work out of and working on the table outside of the camper with minimal tools.
And we were also able to fix a problem that we would not otherwise have noticed had we not taken this out.
Well, the stairs were always creaky, and on the open range boards, you know, some people were mentioning creaking. We had it, and this whole structure here was supported by one square of some 2x2s that sat under this lip and went straight to the bottom floor. But nothing along this line, as far back to this wall, was attached to the sidewall. I don't know if that's normal. I don't know if the whole camper is not attached to the sidewall. I can't see that being the thing. But yeah, that 2x2, it supported it to a degree and never really noticed it. But this whole side just kind of flexed. And anyway, with that being said, our structure we built with our box below in there, tying in here, we put some screws just to help support it to the wall. But I came in from our basement side and put a brace.
Cecilia, honey, could you please not yell?
I put a brace under here, so now we've eliminated the movement we had prior. So, but as a kid's meltdown, like I said, we're just trying to share an idea we did. And we heard about it and seen other people's ways of doing it. This is just ours. Hopefully it'll inspire you to do something too. I think it's great we accomplished some extra storage. It's always...
That was really loud.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, so this is obviously not a step-by-step tutorial like he said, but when we're looking to do projects, we kind of just look at a bunch of ideas so that we can kind of help brainstorm our own stuff. So hopefully this is helpful to you.
We didn't share our pitfalls.
Yeah.
That was just a few things.
There was a few things
that broke off inside
Yeah.
of my treads here that I had to find a way to get them back out. Just a lot of different problems. These little pieces were a lot more difficult to attach than I anticipated. My pre-drilled holes didn't work the way I wanted to, so I actually wound up putting little L brackets underneath here and attaching them that way, and that was kind of an experience.
But anyways, it's done. We're happy with it. Added lots of extra storage that we needed. Thank you for watching, and let us know your thoughts on our new stairs.
Hey campers, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and hit the like button. And hit that bell. Hit that